What's going on, guys? Misfit Mining, Saturday Night Live with Mr. Hot Crypto trying to ruin the damn intro. He successfully did it.
I saw it.
I got Mr. Max Voltage and the Mining King. I'm Chump Change. What's going on? Good to see you guys. Sorry, I'm all dressed up. I just came from a Christmas party we had, and yeah, I was kind of running late, so apologize for not posting it earlier, but I didn't want to miss the stream. So Max, how was your day?
It was good. You don't ever have to apologize for being dressed up. Are you kidding me? You look good, man.
You know, I wanted to wear a Nexa shirt tonight because we were sponsored.
I see Hawk ID over there. The romance all spiced up over there.
Yeah, I'm a little upset because I've been hearing that we're all like shills for Nexa and we're being sponsored.
I want to get paid.
I haven't seen my payment. I have not seen my payment, and so
I'm gonna call my agent and be like, "Yo, what the is going on, bro?" And by the way, I'm also sponsored by Smart Water too.
And Brisk.
Right. Anyway, it's going good. I had to work today.
There you go.
So and some people kept me up late last night gaming. So yeah, today was a little rough, but came home, slept for 3.5 hours, and I feel like a new man.
Nice. King, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Did a lot of content making today for next week. Trying to, because I got a lot of more work to do for Terra coming up here, helping Yeti with the website and everything like that. So
nice.
I'll let Hawk do all the announcements for that stuff.
Oh,
really?
You do it.
You don't have to leave any. You don't have to do any announcements.
All right. Well,
you don't have to do anything.
We secured the building. It's 100% secured. We got it.
Yep, we're good. Yep.
We're good on the building. We also have our fiber provider, which is going to be Lumen. So
nice.
Oh, nice.
That's
yes.
cool. Oh yeah, good
that's
for you.
Very cool.
Tier 1 service provider. So we get a lot of extras with them. So we're pretty happy that they were willing to work with us. Yeah, they're really great. Yeah, it was awesome. I didn't expect them to even really work with us on that. So
well, they gave us such a great deal. Obviously, we can't discuss the terms of the deal because when you go enterprise and you start getting these contracts, there's NDAs written in them. But the deal is so good that, I mean, it was so hard not to, like, me and King are like, King's like, Hawk, we need to do this. Like, there's not going to get any, we're not getting any cheaper than this. Like, yeah, we need to sign now. And I signed it. I was like, all right, cool.
Me and Yeti were on the first call, and they didn't believe that we, had that good of a deal with them. So
I thought they were exaggerating. I'll be honest. I'll like, get the fuck out of here. There's no way. There's no way we're getting that kind of deal. Like, I just, me, that's me. But
that's awesome.
I saw it in writing.
Yeah.
It's true.
It could have been worse. Could have been the other way. Right?
But then I purchased an L7, so I'm waiting for it to ship. So
that's awesome. Congratulations, man.
Excited to dive into the ASIC world. I've never bought one brand new, so we're gonna see, kind of document how long this thing actually lasts, right? Like from the time I bought it to the time it's completely unprofitable. But there is lots of other script coins. So because I was debating between an L7 and a KA3, but obviously the Kadena miner it just mines Kadena, so there is nothing else on that right now. So it's kind of limited. So I wanted to do script to kind of keep it more, I have more options down the road, as well as unminable. I did some calculations. If you use unminable with the L7, you can, for the amount of electric you would pay, would be half the price if you bought the crypto to have a flux node. So
that's pretty interesting.
I might do maybe some switching, maybe every other month, right? Do like Litecoin Doge 1 month, and then another month do Flux, go back and forth. Is what I might do, is what I think.
Yep. That's going to be my plan as well with the L7. So I'm supposed to be getting an L7 hopefully next week, I think. But I'll save that video for you. I'm not going to take that from you for whatever it is, doing the like cost more versus just mining it with the L7 to unminable. So I'll let you do that.
Which one which one did you get? You get the 95 or the 9050? Or
so I think it's the 9050 because that's the only thing that was able to be sourced at the current moment. Everything's like super shortage, I guess. But
that's what I got to, the 9050.
Yeah, so I'll check it out. But I do plan on doing some unminable stuff because I mean, why not? That thing's got to kill it on Flux, right? But yeah, dude, that's freaking awesome. I'm happy for you. I can't believe, dude. You like, how big are your nuts that you just like threw out all this money to buy an ASIC right now. Like, does it make you nervous at all? Honestly, like, just think about it. Like, does it?
Okay, when they first came out, I was already thinking about it, but then that number back then, it was like what, like $15,000-$20,000. I was like,
Dude,
oh,
that was
dude,
so much money.
that
man.
price right
God.
there, just like the KA3 when it probably first comes out, right, is going to be 15,
Unbelievable.
20,000.
Yeah.
When you see those numbers, it makes you scared, right? Like, I'm not to say that my whole GPU farm hasn't cost me over that, but when you're
It's
buying
weird.
cards, it's different because you know what I mean. Like,
I don't know
feel
what
like
it is. I don't know what it is, King, because I know what you're trying to say.
versatility.
Yeah, I know what you're
but
trying to say. It's
I'm
weird
putting
to
all my
spend all
faith of
that.
putting 15
Yeah.
grand into this one little box. You know what I mean? So it's a
Right.
different feeling, and I was saving this money for something like this in the bear market, though. I wanted to get one
Right.
or
Smart.
something like it. But I felt like this is probably as low as they're gonna go. I don't think they're gonna go much lower than this. So
Yeah, they're not too bad right now, actually. But yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying, right? Like, I'll go and spend what, $2,000 on a 3090 in the bull run, or almost what, $2,500. But yet you won't just spend like 4 times that instead of buying like ridiculous amounts of cards at this crazy rate. You know what I mean? For just an ASIC that'll just tear everything apart. But at the same time, like, I had a high electric rate, so it's kind of, I don't know, it's weird. But I want to see how my electric does change, because I don't know if it's going to change this month or not. So I gotta see. But supposedly it's going up. It was supposed to. I thought it was going up last month, but it didn't. So I lucked out. But who knows?
it can go higher.
No, it didn't go to the 40 cents yet, or whatever it is. So like,
Oh,
whatever
okay.
the new thing they came into, it hasn't hit that yet. Like, it still sucks. Don't get me wrong. It's like 20 something, right? But like, I haven't seen the new one. So the new one I'm nervous for. So like, yeah, I don't know. I've been trying not to do a lot at the house as far as mining, just because it's scary. But we'll see. I don't know. Who cares? I'll be running an ASIC next month. Hawk, how's your day, buddy? What's going on with you?
Just crazy. Since you guys are talking about electric, Rude Puts was telling me that his bill went up to 72 cents a kilowatt, bro.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah, 72 cents. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so much
Crazy.
money
Because of all the things that are happening overseas with Russia and all that BS. But
that's just rude.
Trying to tell people who want to mine in Europe, man. We're going to be starting a real like heavy campaign in Europe for people who want to mine and send stuff over.
Why not? That's insane. 70.
That's insane. Yeah,
you can get it here cheap too, because we have an outlet in the UK. So, it's easy to get it here. Most people are like, "Oh, the shipping's going to be thousands of dollars for heavy stuff." I'm like, "No, not really. We can get it."
Well, I mean, you're gonna, if you're gonna spend that in your electric bill in the next 3 months, or you could send your stuff and you'll make up for it in the long term. Does that make sense? I mean, that's kind of the way I would look at it.
Right. With our rate right now in Terra, it's not really advantageous to plug in Bitcoin miners, obviously, but L7s are really profitable at our facility. So, right.
And then, dude, they could always buy miner. Like, if they're gonna buy something, just ship it right to you. Problem solved, right? Like, buy it and ship it with your address, so it just goes to you directly instead of like back and forth.
So I got hit up by a company. They're called Basic Jungle. They were asking us about getting on their list as hosting facilities. I'm getting a lot of these emails now, which is pretty cool. And they are hitting us up saying, "Hey, we help get customers, and then in exchange, if you help us with sales." It's like kind of like a they work with people who want to do it. So that's pretty good. So we're going to be maybe working with them. But I told them straight up, I'm like, "Listen, man, like, I'm not going to BS you. Like, for Bitcoin mining, we're not really like the best place to go at the moment. But L7s, even L3 pluses are profitable at our place. Bitcoin mining right now, it's to have S19s at our facility. Listen, I'll do it. If you want to host it, I'll host it. I don't mind. But I also think like a miner as well. And I'm just going to say, hey, man, like, if you're paying less at home than what we were charged, you keep your S19 at home. You know what I mean? So, like, Philip Mitchell says 19 cents in Florida. Yeah, no, we're way below that. So
we had somebody else said something about.
Hey, speaking of somebody else said something, you haven't done roll call yet.
Yeah, 43 cents in the UK. Yeah, I was gonna say hello to everybody after Hawk was done. All right, so Philip Mitchell, what's up, dude? Blue Moon Mining, how you doing? Hobbyist, what's up, man? We have I think DePran's here. Yep, there he is. Veteran miner. We had Blue Moon Mining. DJ Mines, what's up, dude? Leo Lusting, POW Blockchain Mining, Hillbilly Change, Travelers Travels, Slick Nick, Joker Miner, Patrick Murphy, Son Flannel Mama, 56. You guys are awesome. I probably missed people. Network Bits, what's up, dude? He said, did you get a Red Bull sponsorship? I heard we can't get those. We can't. I reached out. They don't sponsor channels like anything that's not like sports, I guess, right? So I actually reached out to Red Bull because that's all I do is drink Red Bull. It's insane. But yeah.
And raspberry
I was
ginger.
like, dude, I will throw a fridge back there with some ginger and Red Bull in it. If you guys want to sponsor the channel, I just need the fridge. I can't buy one because I don't know where to buy it. I've looked on Amazon, probably eBay, maybe. I don't know. Probably a freaking $1,000.
You could probably find them in the used marketplace from like other people and
I
stuff
don't use
like that.
Facebook, so like I can't like search the marketplace. I was having my buddy do it, and then he sends me the link.
Do you not use you don't use OfferUp or anything like that?
No. People get like
OfferUp
you
is
get
so
you get poked
amazing.
around here. You know what I mean? Got to meet someone sketchy. Like, hey, I'm getting this fridge. Yeah, I'm gonna stab you for $50. Like, I don't know. I'm all set with that stuff. I don't like that crap, to be honest. Kind of sketches me out. But I mean, I've done it before. It's just weird. I actually bought some CPUs from a guy in a parking lot. Kind of strange. It's kind of strange. I was like, wait, I freaking emailed him back because he didn't take down the listing after I went and met him off Craigslist. And I was like, wait, you had another one? Freaking dude had like 2 more in his friend. I was like, give me them both. I'm like, what the hell? Why didn't you tell me while I was there? Like, damn it. The guy had like a whole computer store and closed down. But anyways, all right, let's see what else we got in the chat. If you guys want to ask any questions, please feel free. I'm just it's a AMA stream, hang out with you guys. Do you guys hear about like the CZ BS going on, like with what was it? Kevin O'Leary called out CZ for basically blaming him for the FTX crash, right?
This is the max voltage rant because
come on, let's go, Max. Let's go.
That annoyed the hell out of me because what did I say when this whole FTX thing went down? I said it was caused by CZ selling all the FTT and it caused the bank run. Now, was there fraud involved with FTX? Would it have eventually fallen? Is it probably better that he did that in the first place so that more people weren't hurt by it? Yeah, probably. But the bottom line is he knew what he was doing and he knew that he was causing a competitor to go under, and that's where his motivation was. So being called out, absolutely should be called out for. It was a piss poor move in my opinion.
Real quick, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Geek of all trades, you're awesome. Blaine Anderson, Hillbilly Change, Eric Reitz, I don't know if that's how you say that, Jerry, and King Mining. King Mining, you're getting robbed, man. Your name. What's happening?
You know what the funny thing is?
I thought he had 2 eyes too. It kind of confused me for a second.
Last week,
congrats.
I had
thank you.
15 copyright alerts come up that somebody's been copying my CPU mining thing I did on like a while back.
Oh wow, that's weird.
There's like 15 different people.
Yeah, that's how you know you made it, man. Dude, but seriously, who said this? Sorry, I mean, who sent it? Geek of all trades. Thank you so much. All you guys that just got VIP memberships, make sure you link your Discord with YouTube. All right, Hawk, what were you gonna say about that CZ stuff?
I'm not condoning what he did, but it's amazing to me though, because there are small companies that are smaller than Binance, and these companies do this to each other all the time. The fact that it's a major player that took out his competition, not condoning it or the way it happened, but I'm not surprised. I'm not condoning it.
I'm not surprised either.
I'm not surprised though. These guys would kill each other if it was legal. Okay, like they're out to get one another. It's a dog-eat-dog world. This is corporate America, guys. This is how it works. It's either you get eaten or they buy you out, and hopefully they'll buy you out.
But here's the thing: why is it coming out now? Why wasn't this like the immediate reaction when it happened? It's because who is saying it? You said it was Kevin O'Leary that was saying it?
Yeah, he said it in the courtroom, yeah.
Yeah, he is deflecting. He's trying to get the pressure off himself because...
because he's a sponsor of FTX.
I don't blame Kevin O'Leary. I'm not saying that he should be blamed.
Right.
My point is that he's like, best thing to do with public relations. If you can deflect.
And he was paid $15 million to run those FTX ads, by the way.
Deny. It's always going to be that. It's never, even if you're wrong, deny. That's always
that's how you got to do it, though. I get it, because it sucks to be in Kevin O'Leary's position, right? Because you don't know what the hell's going on behind closed doors. Like, a company reaches out to you, you think their word is legit. Like, that's how it is. It's not like you can't read through people. You don't know what the hell's going on in the background, right? With all the information. And whatever. He was sponsored. He did his thing, but it sucks to be in that position of being worried about being sued yourself over shit that you sponsored that you weren't even friggin' like 100% positive on, but he also lost money. So like, I don't even think he should be in the situation, to be honest. Like, I don't think that's fair. That's just me.
You made a good point though. You made a perfect point. You said nobody knows what goes on in the background.
Right.
Okay. Let me tell you something, and I'm going to give you just a whole different subject. A lot of us listen to, you know, hip hop, rap music. A lot of us did. I did. And you always hear about these beefs that go on with different rappers, right? You know, 50% of the time they were orchestrated. Okay. They were orchestrated beefs. So people like 50 Cent and Rick Ross had a beef years ago. Okay. It was orchestrated. 50 Cent made Rick Ross one of the most famous rappers in the country at the time. Why? Because they orchestrated this beef. Now, that's an alleged thing, but I don't know that to be 100%, but it makes sense to me because people love to hear conspiracy. People love to hear BS and what's happening. It sucks. This is a bad thing about human nature. People love to see other people struggle. It's fucked up.
Any press is good press.
Yeah, they love turmoil.
Right, but people, if you post a video right now, Max, okay, and you said, I hit $1 million, made $1 million, or you said, I lost $1 million. The lost $1 million video will always have more views. That's just the way that goes. That's the psychology of it.
Right.
So drama sells, you know, and I agree with Galaxy 9 Synthesis here. It says drama sells, and that's what it is. This could all be bullshit. Like, think about it for a second. They're going to go through the motions. They're going to sell. They're going to do their thing. And then the next thing you know, it just goes away quietly. And then all of a sudden there's another exchange that comes up. And then they go into like this like pattern of BS.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it was. So like I saw it was some news station was actually questioning CZ, I believe, and said if like the same thing happened, basically, would it crumble? Like, would everything crumble? And he kind of beat around the bush. He wouldn't really give an answer. And then he finally said like we'd be fine or whatever, right? But we've heard those words before, right? From SBF. But either way, he also the real like red flag thing that he said was he was like 99% of people that take their money off in exchange and hold it themselves are gonna lose it. And that alone, like, you're trying to scare people to keep money in your exchange so they don't pull it out because now they're scared they're gonna lose it.
It's business.
I know, but it's like it's just on top of that, by the way, 87% of all statistics are BS, right? So
well, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. That's just
that's why places like Coinbase and Crypto.com though make it more difficult for when you buy crypto and you're trying to leave their exchange. Like Crypto.com, you got to whitelist a new wallet address for 24 hours before you can even send it out. So if you were gonna like, I don't know, give somebody like a bunch of Flux or something like that, or like some ETH or Ethereum Classic from somewhere in Crypto.com, you got to wait a day. Right, because it's a new wallet address. There was a time I was trying to buy an OCTOMINER case and I was short some ETH, right? So I bought some ETH from Coinbase and then ended up being held there for like 8 business days.
Oh damn!
Which sucked.
That does suck.
Like, and I called him like, "Hey, what's going on here?" I'm like,
"The price is going up, and now it's costing you more."
And I was just like, "What's going on? Why can't I move my stuff?" Oh well, you know, your account's on hold or it's like on suspended or lockdown. And I'm like, "Why?" I'm like, I've been selling and trading here forever. And I'm like, what's the big problem? And there's like, well, we've seen some, you know, suspicious activity. I'm like, I bought some ETH. I'm trying to get it out of your system and you don't like it. That's what's suspicious.
They don't like that. They did that when I was trying to buy cards. I was buying a bunch of 3070s from Tizen, and it took like 8 days for Coinbase to clear my account. And I was like, it's ridiculous. And then with Crypto.com, here's the one thing I like about Crypto.com, okay? Say what you want, but this is the one thing I do like about them. If you have the Visa card, okay? If you have the Visa card, this is what you can do, and I've done it. I connected that Visa card to Venmo or PayPal, right? So what I do is I transfer, sending to Crypto.com is fine. It's pulling out, that's the problem. But if you just want to convert it to fiat really quick, you can sell instantly, okay? Put it on your Visa card instantly, and then use the card instantly. That's the cool thing about Crypto.com.
Well, I mean, Coinbase has their card, and they do the same thing.
Right. I'm just saying, like, you know, if you got to pay for something with fiat, I like it.
That's actually a good thing to talk about. King, how do you like that card? Because actually, the wife just asked me about that. She's like, "Is this worth it?" I'm like, "I don't know. I didn't even know they had a card. I feel like I heard it, but I don't know."
For a while, what I was doing, you know, back when I was mining, you know, Ethereum and stuff like that, I used it kind of more just for my, my crypto mining business. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So all my ETH went there, but I would, if I needed to pay my power bill, I would just use my Coinbase card, and it would just sell my ETH at the time that I paid my bill. So it was kind of nice. There's also some there's some other perks with it. I can't remember. It's been forever, but you can earn like a couple of percentage on some random coins that I don't remember. So
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I was just wondering if it was worth it, because I know Big Wooly really liked the crypto.com one, but I don't know.
So with crypto.com, I think you earn Crow. Am I right, Hawk?
So like, is it when you use it you earn it,
No,
or
you
is
have to
it?
stake
I
your
know you
Crow.
got to stake it, right? Like, yeah,
you can get money back if you use it for certain things. Like I used it. I think you get money back like if you pay for Netflix.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
If you connect it to PayPal, I think I have to look. I don't remember. Where's my phone? You can.
Yeah. I think you're right.
You can get a bunch of stuff. Let me pull it up.
I could just look it up, but I'm being lazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's things like that. I know it's different tiers. So like, if you only stake X amount or you don't stake any, it's actually, I think you have to always stake, right? But I think 4,000 was the one that like I wanted at one point. I was gonna get like, I think it was like the red, and there's another green one or purple one.
Yeah.
I can't even remember. But they were I mean, they seemed worth it, but I don't know. I never used it. So
one thing, I've never used Binance.
Me neither.
Ever.
Never. Or FTX. So I'm happy.
That's where I moved my helium through when I was selling it.
Coinbase, you don't have to hold minimums. So these are
yeah, see if I can't. It probably ain't gonna show it here.
So here you go.
You can see this right here. This is the percentage you guys would earn on some of these other coins.
Right. So what's cool is I have this one, just the $400 worth of Crow, right? And you get 100% back on Spotify. But if you get the $4,000 worth of Crow, you get 100% back on Netflix and Spotify, additional card rewards, airport lounge, 4% Crow stake rewards. So there you go. That's what that one was.
Question though, do you have to use it to get
Crow?
Like so say you just staked the 4,000, had the card, never got a bill. How does it work? Like if you just link it to Netflix, like it pays your bill and they pay off the card for you? Like,
no, you just pay the bill you pay the Netflix with the card.
Yeah, and then they refund it to the card?
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
They must give you Crow. They must give you Crow or something, right?
It's 100% back on Netflix and Spotify. So I'm assuming that's not Crow. They give you back the money. They give you the credit back. So maybe that's free. I don't know.
Crow credits, said Dupran in the chat. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
Then the next
you don't get the money back. They
you get the token back.
They give you equal value and Crow back.
Okay.
Look at this. Hold on. Can you see it? Oh my God, 40,000. Right? You got one that's 40,000, and then you got one that's 400,000.
Well, yeah. Why don't you get 400,000 Crow, Hawk?
I would never do that.
I'll do it right now. Just send it. I'll take it out of the Terra account.
Yeah. You pay the bill with the card, they pay you in Crow credit. That's so all right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you, Tains, and everybody else in the chat that said that. Nerd Beast said, "Hello, everyone. Does Nexa look legit as far as you guys know? Thanks." Hawk, what do you think about that since they're paying you?
What? Man. For what they're paying
I just wanted to get him going. So apparently he had a little tip somewhere today.
I do have to get a little dig. I saw Jeff Key was here. Jeff Key, where's my payment? I've been shilling, Flux. By the way, sarcasm on. Got to make sure you put that out there. Otherwise, a 3-second sound bite is going to be taken.
Yeah, guys. None of this.
Kidding. Okay. But anyway, it's completely ridiculous how much we as a whole, as a community of YouTubers, has been criticized.
Right. Wait. So somebody attacked Red Panda. Now, Panda is such a nice guy. He really is. He doesn't like getting arguments with anybody. I'm Panda's muscle. So what I do,
he just nominates himself. I'm Panda's muscle.
Is he wrong? He's not wrong.
He's just the group dick. You just call him the group dick.
You should do that, Hawk. You should totally do that, Hawk.
Panda does that. Panda does that. He goes, that's what I would do. He would go,
yeah, dude. It's so funny too, right? Panda will like, yeah, dude, you totally should. You should totally just, do this, do that. Like he's just like in the background, like, yeah, go ahead, dude, go ahead. And he's like standing behind him like this.
No, about this though, he didn't.
It's the best.
He didn't instigate with this. I saw somebody say something that was just completely out of pocket. Now, when I see that, I start to like twitch, and I have to say something, because then if I don't, I start shaking. I got to I'm this motherfucker. I'm a fucking piece of shit. And I said and he's like, oh, these fucking YouTubers, they're paid by these projects and all this other stuff. Then they increase the hash rate. Nothing's ever profitable ever again. It ain't profitable for you. It ain't profitable for me.
Bro, so
and he's like, oh, he said Panda showed a fake wallet and all this BS. Man, get the hell out of here. Panda's probably like one of the most honest guys, nicest guys you'll ever meet. And he doesn't like, Panda's not a confrontational person.
No.
Right.
I
love confrontation.
So the whole Nexa thing, right? Have you guys looked into it at all? Anybody?
No.
All right. King, did you look into Nexa?
I didn't hear your question
or no?
Oh yeah, I mined some Nexa. It was.
Did you read about it though? Like, do you know anything or about it? Really?
No, I just mined it, and I disliked it because I had to have it held for like 5,000 blocks, and I mined it one day, and I waited, and I made my $38 or whatever, and I was happy.
Chump change. Everything we learn about crypto, we learn through you.
Obviously, bro.
You're my hero.
No, but seriously, right? So the reason I made that video, if it wasn't me, it was going to be somebody else, right? And I actually asked people in the group, I said, are you guys okay with me dropping a video? I got the okay, so I did it. I was like, why not? Like, why not tell people that something's profitable? Not that many people, in retrospect, actually watch my channel compared to like Panda or whatever. Like the amount of views, like I really highly doubt it's actually going to affect the market that bad, right? Like what I say. So
I have to address something in the chat.
Hold on. So Mining King, was Panda really talking about you when you're like, yeah, do a Nexa video so that everybody will get off of Flux?
Maybe. I don't know.
Is that you? Is that you?
Maybe he was doing that. That man. Oh my god, I got duped by Panda. Damn it. No, but seriously, like we heard about it, right? And I was like, I just didn't have time to make a video about it, so I wasn't going to either. Like, I didn't want to like, oh hey, you guys heard about a coin? Cool, I'm gonna go blow it over here for you. Sorry, but like, I asked, I gave it a couple days, and I was like, hey, do you guys care if I make a video? At least let people know something's profitable. It's kind of cool, I don't know how long it's gonna last. They can mine, sell, whatever they want to do. I don't care. I turn it on for literally a day. Haven't minded since. I don't know much about the project. As far as I know, it came out in it was like June, I think, June 21st or something this year. And I don't know. They're just trying to go towards like the Web3 side of things, and I couldn't really tell you much about it. I read a friggin' article on it, and that was it. Today I had a Christmas party. I dropped that video yesterday. I had no time to look into it today. So I don't really have any like, okay, this is awesome, this sucks for this reason. Like, I don't have that yet. So we can discuss that next week if you guys want. Let us know. But I mean, dude, it's all season.
Speaking of next week is Christmas Eve.
Right. So that's another topic we're going to talk about. If everybody, I mean, if you guys are around to stream and you guys want to, cool. But I don't know. It really kind of is up in the air. It's kind of up in the air.
Got it.
What do you think? What do you guys want to do? You guys like around or?
I'll be around.
Christmas Day or Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve night.
I'm swamped at the restaurant all night. I can't even move.
No, that's fine. That's good. All right, yeah. So
47 reservations. I can't.
We'll talk about it. I mean, you brought it up, and I was like, Christmas Eve, yeah.
It's gonna be a threesome, boys, or maybe it'll just be you and Max, Mr. King. You guys can.
No, I'm thinking I probably won't be, but I haven't discussed it with the family yet. So,
oh damn,
I will not be. I'll probably be on a phone actually.
If it's just me, I'll just stream on my channel. But yeah.
All right, we'll figure it out. Either way, I don't know what you guys are all doing. If everybody's around here in the chat,
Christmas Day, I'm around. We're closed, but Christmas Eve, man. It's the night of the 7 fishes and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying, Max? Like, I got the orders already coming in, and it's just, oh my god.
Real quick in the chat. So Rabid said Nexa formed from BCH devs. Some felt BCH was moving too slow, so they forked and made BCH. It may have some future. I think he meant to say it made Nexa. Is that what he meant to say? Some future.
That would explain it why a lot of
soon. Yeah, so I mean, I heard that the BCH devs were in on Nexa, but I didn't know how true that was, to be honest. Oh wait, no, I think I read that in the article. I think it was on the paper.
If you go to the bottom of the Nexa homepage, not most of it isn't even Nexa. It's BCH stuff, which was
really
yeah, which I didn't, which makes more sense. But yeah, like I said, I'm like you. I didn't really look into it. I turned the rig on one day, just one rig, and left it on, and yeah, it was pretty profitable for the one day.
There we go.
Oh yeah, he said, "Yep," meant they made Nexa.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said. Oh, that's what I thought he meant. Anyways, but yeah. So let's see. I don't even know, where is it. Is it under tech? No. Connect. News. There we go. News. I don't even remember where the hell I was on that damn page. Like, this is how little I actually have messed around on this site. So let's see. Bitcoin like supply. The mining reward is initially set to mint 10 max, whatever this is. I have friggin' no idea. I don't even know, man. I don't even, what the hell was that goddamn page I looked at the other day when I did the video? Damn it. Why can't I find it? All right, whatever. You guys talk. I'm going to friggin' look for this and then I'll bring it up when I find it.
I was going to say, the one thing, there are a couple of things that I thought were good, but one specifically is the developers are not anonymous. I think that's always a red flag.
Yeah. No, it is. So like,
I mean, it
I don't know how I feel
still
about
be
that.
a rug pull. It could still, not saying that it is. I'm just saying that, I mean, yes, it could still be a rug pull,
it's
but
a slimmer chance, I think.
Yeah,
if they're
right.
Willing.
It's just kind of, I don't know. I don't know the whole background of it, but it's just like, it started way back, was it when I pulled up the wallet, it was like 24 or 26 weeks ago. It's not on mining pool stats anywhere, never was. And then all of a sudden it's also listed on an exchange. Kind of all these other things kind of don't exist yet. So kind of different, you know what I mean? Which made me kind of wonder about, like, how did they get listed already?
Yeah, that, I mean, things like that. It was back in
June when they started. They could have been working on this all along, and things just pieces fell together.
Yeah, that's true too. But there's also, I don't know if you guys saw that video with Max Maher. I've mentioned it in like 2 weeks ago. I think he made a video about like Bitcoin transactions being fake, basically, and it was like X amount of Bitcoin transactions because of the, the bots trading and selling against each other inside the company, kind of like
making fake volume.
Yeah, they were making fake volume for these coins. So like maybe that's kind of what's going on, and that's kind of what made me a little nervous about the whole Expatron thing. I don't know. Is it anywhere else?
Yeah. There was,
it,
So I actually thought of that when I was looking at the exchange, when I was selling my Nexa. There was a couple of buys at, I think it was like 5 million even a few times, which made me think, which was weird, that it was always 5 million.
Well,
There's
so
3 or 4 of those.
I think the thing that he pointed out in that video was for if it's a person trading, they're gonna go for round numbers. So like 5 million, that seems kind of like a round number, like a person would do that, right? But a bot will do like, I don't know, say like 100,241 or something. You know what I mean? Like it'll be like a random number that just doesn't really make much sense to people. But that's just my opinion.
I never trade in even volumes. I always want even. What I have left, I want to be even. So I take out all the stuff out of it.
That makes sense.
So
actually, yeah.
Everything. I never trade in even amounts unless I have an even amount.
Well, it depends. So like if I'm trading, right? If I was gonna do like a leverage trade or something like that, I would do an even number. But if I'm trying to like round out my bag, obviously it wouldn't be a an even number. It would be whatever I need to make it up, and I do the math and figure it out. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. But I think it was like a statistic. But again, if 83% of those are wrong,
once you have an uneven number, remember that you're not just pulling from one. You're not. Oh, I'm selling to Bob across the street all of mine. No, it gets broken up. So yeah, there's going to be. Okay, wait a minute. Now this one is done. I'm going to take the next batch coming from the next one. So you end up with 2 odd amounts. So yeah, I don't hold any credence in whatever that was said. My 2 cents.
Trumped. That's it. It's over. Stream's done. Sorry, guys. See ya. Max is spoken. No, I mean, I don't know. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to bring up a topic here. What about the Octo tank that was recently featured here on Thursday?
Real quick,
quick,
before you go too far on that, Georgie in the chat said Expatron is one of those exchanges that will accept any coins. Trade Ogre still requires some discoverability, but a lot of coins first deploy or second deploy on Expatron. So
I have noticed that.
Yeah,
I have noticed that.
There is a couple like what's the other one? Is it Trade Ogre? Is that what I'm thinking of? Yeah, so Trade Ogre. So what do they have some discoverability, like as in what? Because I feel like Neoxa got on there pretty quick, right? And they didn't. And what about Meowcoin? Right, Meowcoin was on there real quick, wasn't it? Am I wrong?
Trade Ogre, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Octo Tank. Let's talk about it. So I think it's freaking sweet. I want to build it. Like I'm like, dude, I can build that thing so easy.
Like a complete idiot. I felt like a complete idiot. I didn't know it came in all black. I must have missed that part of the stream where they showed the one that's in all black.
Both black and white, right?
I completely missed it. Just went right over my head. I was like, oh my god, that thing is awesome.
Oh, it's sick looking. And like, you see it outside, like it's weatherproof.
Yep,
it's
weatherproof.
Right? Like that is awesome.
I think they did a good job putting that thing together, and a lot went into it. And there are people who, want to mine with their ASICs at home, and I think and plus, it's immersed. You don't hear a lot of sound with it. I think it hums very low, so
well, it's at around 30 decibels, which is actually really quiet. So
30 decibels.
Another thing is there adapters they have so like you could heat your pool with it or something like that, right?
Sick, dude.
Heat your pool like I couldn't believe that they even thought about that. So I like how they added a little more versatility than it just being an immersion tank, right? So I thought that was really cool.
Well, I mean, I guess that comes down to the appealingness of the crowd. Yeah, guy, what's up?
Can I say something real quick before the keyboard warriors go ahead and say that we're shilling a product? I was not paid or given anything from OCTOMINER to say that it's a good product. I just know because I own their products and they're good.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. Thanks for that.
Yeah, the ads have been running to my video, man. I just do it for OCTOMINER because they're just a good company for free, and Chili's my friend. So
exactly. Those ads because they work with us and we do the right thing, and one hand washes the other, and Chili is our friend, and we're friends, and we help them out. So throwing that one out there.
Yeah.
The sad thing is,
the
sad thing is that we feel the need to actually go to this extent to specify all of this.
Well, I mean, I get it. I get where people are coming from, right? Like being on the outside looking in, it's always like, well, you expect the worst out of people. I mean, that's kind of what we're all used to at this point, right? In the whole world, like everybody sucks, right? Yeah. But no, realistically, I didn't get any Nexa for that. Like I just did that video because I wanted to do it. Like it's something new to talk about. It's to give you guys I think a chance.
Do this video.
People just don't understand everything about what we do as content creators. Like Chump, I know you're pretty much full time, right?
Yeah.
Content creator, and so is Panda.
I'm Mr.
Right?
Mom full time, and then
So I mean, think about it this way: would you go to work, like at your regular job, wherever the hell you work at, and not be paid? Just say, "Hey, boss, you know what? Hey, it's all good. I'll work that 12 hours today.
This month.
No problem. No problem. I'll do it for free."
I kind of feel that way sometimes, but anyway.
You're right. But I'm just saying, you need to get a realization that some of these content creators who get big enough and who are successful, they do have to generate an income, right? Because just like you going to work, this is their work. So you got to I think people need to have a mutual respect for that. But I think they kind of lack.
Yeah, we like
it's kind of lacking.
Us YouTubers, man, we don't make that much money. It's not much. It's a lot of work.
I think this
sometimes it sucks.
What? I think this month I made like 150. I'm projected to make $150 on my channel.
How many videos did you make, Hawk, this month?
3.
Damn.
You starting to turn into backs.
Hey, turn around, Hawk. I want to see the knife in your back.
I mean, overall, I like YouTube. It's fun. I enjoy it. That's why I do it. I don't do it because I want the money. Like, I mean, the money's good, but like, man, like I had a plumbing business. You know what I mean? Like the reason I stopped doing the plumbing business was to be with my kids. Like my parents were always working. Like they struggled all through my life. Like they even to this day still, right? And I just don't want my kids to, I want them to have the best life I can. Like I'd rather spend as much time as I can with them because I didn't get that as a kid. You know what I mean? I did to a little, but like not to the extent of, you should get, I guess, raised myself more than I didn't. Let's put it that way. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I raised myself more than anything. So like, that's why I was like, you know what? I got where I wanted to be. We just got to maintain it. I'm done with the stress. I want to enjoy my kids while they're little. When they get a little older, when they get in school, I'll go to work at the fucking hardware store. I don't care. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. I can always start my plumbing business up again. Doesn't make a difference. But
and the beautiful thing about what you said, Chump, is that business, being a plumber and that knowledge is priceless. You could always go out and make money.
Like I'll still have my masters. You know what I mean? Like I got my masters at like 22. I don't even know. 23.
Guy's got his fucking masters.
You
And it was,
can always get the Mario suit out of the closet.
yeah, I could always bust it out, dude. Like I kept my tools, you know what I mean? I sold a lot of my stuff. But yeah, like I don't know, my kids, watching them grow up, raising them right, that's going to be worth more than money to me later on. Because you know what, like I can't take the money with me when I die, and you know, whatever, life insurance on myself, something happens, they get, you know, they'll have money, they'll have this house, it'll be paid off eventually. Like I'm going to work towards it, but I'm already in here.
I see what's going to happen.
Bitcoin's
you learn how to do
YouTube.
You learn how to do YouTube, and you are going to start up a plumbing business, but with the primary idea that you are going to videotape all of your projects and put them on YouTube.
I
told him to do that.
I almost did that when I started YouTube, because not like, I don't want to be cocky, but it's like plumbing, I'm really like, I know what I'm doing. I know how to do it. I can do it well. It's wouldn't have been successful as I was doing plumbing if I wasn't knowledgeable, right, on the subject. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know where the frick I was going with that, Max, to be honest. Just ruined my got my brain just like, I just drowned in it. I don't even know. But yeah, it's cool.
Guys,
it's cool.
There's guys that make a ton of money that mow lawns.
The recording it thing, like it was cool, but like,
and it's great. I watch it.
Well,
it's really cool.
My problem, I know, but my problem was, right, because I like doing things legit. So like when it comes to plumbing, like I really have pride in it, and I want it to be, I don't want to teach somebody in the wrong way, or every state has different codes. Like I have probably the strongest code in the North America, because Massachusetts is like the worst place to get a license in, period. Like when it comes to plumbing.
Yeah, you're in the communist part of the country.
Yeah, and it doesn't it doesn't cross all fields. Like it's not just flat line, like this is how you got to do it. I'd have to make it specific for like this area. And then on top of that, if they're doing it in this area, it's illegal for them to do it. You're not supposed to do your own plumbing work in Massachusetts. It's friggin' stupid. You're not supposed. You can't. Legally, you can't. You can't do plumbing. Can't do electrical. Like electrical, you can pull your own permits in New Hampshire, but like Massachusetts, nope. You can't. Like as a homeowner, you can't pull any.
But residentially, you can pull your own permits for electrical.
Not anymore. Not in Mass.
That's ridiculous. That's
only New Hampshire. Yeah. As far as I know, I'm pretty positive it stopped.
And Max, correct me if I'm wrong. That's the unions lobbying those fucking laws. Am I wrong? Like those are the unions that want those laws passed, right?
Most likely, yes.
Thank you. I just wanted to throw that one out there. That's the unions doing that bullshit. They do that shit in New Jersey. My cousin works as an electrician in New Jersey, and he can't. He can't. He has to hire someone. He doesn't do it, obviously, because nobody. What are you going to do? Are you going to come in my house? But he would technically have to have someone. He has to hire someone. He can't work on his own house. He's got to hire somebody to come to his house. That's such BS. I mean, it's a communist country.
It's weird, man. It sucks. It does suck. But I mean, again, like
there's the other way to think about it is it is electricity, but people do have the right to kill themselves if they're stupid, if they're doing something that they don't have the ability to do.
It's not illegal.
That's another thing.
Anyway,
well, according to Chump, if you live in his state,
I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, yeah, can't do it. PK, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. He said start a DIY plumbing channel. Would watch it, or he would watch it. Appreciate that. I do. I like I said, I thought about that before I did crypto, but like I said, I just didn't want to. I didn't want to have any bullshit, because I don't want to risk my plumbing license, because like my plumbing license is like, if I need to go start a business, that's where I'm gonna do it, and I can make a lot of money plumbing. That's just.
No, I see what you're saying. So yeah, you could.
I don't want to risk it. If I piss off the board, I'm fucked.
Little mistake. Now it's recorded for posterity, and they could say, "Well, look, this one time you were misinformed or whatever." That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
I had a guy who's a handyman. His name was Steve. Nice guy. He's a plumber by trade. Okay.
Well, you always have that risk. But yeah.
He makes a ton of money. Okay. Just being a handyman and doing plumbing on the side. When I tell you this guy makes in Florida's just hot for that right now. Like trades are making tons of money. You would make a killing here doing it in your spare time.
Oh yeah.
I used to call him just to fix a few things in my old house when I was renovating it. $600, $700 here, $1,000 here. This guy was
like, it's a lot of money. But like, see, like I was super busy because I never gouged people. Like I'd always take care of people. So like, I don't know.
And that's even more of a reason why we make money here.
Yeah, so like I would charge people like a reasonable price, right? Like they'd be like, "Oh man, like I got a price from," like they'll ask me for a water heater, right? And I'd give them a price. They'd be like, "Oh my god, this guy told me it's gonna be like $2,000." I'm like, "What? What planet that guy living on? Like I'm not doing that. I can't do that." And then like an old lady would call me, right, for a leaking faucet, and I'd have a kit of washers on my truck. It would take me 5 minutes to fix it, and I'm like, she's like, "How much do I owe you?" I'm like, "You're all set. Like I'll see you later. Like have a good day, whatever." And then they pass out my number to 5 other people, and then it had 5 other customers, like, and it just blew up. Like that's how I did it. I had 14 guys at one point.
You would be so busy here.
Yeah.
The economy here, think of it this way. In Florida, just Florida alone is responsible for 4.5% of the country's GDP. 4.5%, just Florida alone. The economy here is so busy, okay, that it's insane. There's when the market right now for jobs in our area, there's more jobs than there are people, bro. You would be so busy here. You'd be rolling in it, dude. I'm telling kids.
You need a forklift just to carry your wallet.
Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's
like,
nuts.
It's insane.
It's
insane how busy it is here.
The only thing that sucks, like, about the whole running your business, like as a plumber, it's super stressful. And on top of that, the contractors, they're basically the people that pay you the money, right? Like you work for them on their jobs and you do the plumbing aspect of that job. And dealing with them, like, dude, most of them are like rich, just uppy, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I didn't move my mouth, but I was looking for the button. You know what I mean? They're just buttholes, man. Like these guys have too much money and they're just dicks. Like they're just dicks. And
there's a few guys that are contractors that I know that are like you. That they do the work, they do good work, because they're good people, and they're around.
Oh yeah, they're around. I worked for a bunch of them, but like there was a few that were friggin' pain in the ass. And I always worked in like the grimiest places. Like, dude, South Boston, go work there. Go work there for a day. Let me know how it is.
Boston.
Let me know how it is. it's not fun. It's not.
What
fun.
area was that again? I didn't catch that.
South Boston, man. South Boston.
You need to talk to Miss Pocket Change.
It's brutal.
And think of maybe making an adjustment, bro. Because I'll go into business with you. I promise. We will make a killing, and then we'll have Terra on top of that. Everything's gonna be great. But I'm telling you,
it'll be perfect.
Hey, I just built my dream house. I'm not leaving.
No, you built your dream house here. I told you right now, as a handyman and a part-time plumber, you can make $200,000 a year. You're not going to leave.
Oh, easy. Yeah, I mean, dude,
that's easy. I mean, that's easy. My friend.
Again, at the end of the day, money's just. I know everybody needs it, but you know what I
mean.
Wait, my friend was 27 years old. Okay, got out of trade school. He started an AC company. By the time he was 34, he was a millionaire. Okay, I'm not even kidding. And he started just him. Okay. Then he got another guy. Then he got another guy. Then he got another guy. Next thing you know, he's all the way from Miami to Orlando, which is probably about a 300-mile stretch. That's his service area. He's insane. The trades here, there's no the regulation, the red tape is low. There's not that much. So you will the red tape. The red tape.
Okay, hold on. When there's a hurricane and people from out of state say, "Hey, we'll come in and help out," and they're told that they can't because they're not licensed there, they're like, "Fine, I'll get licensed."
Yeah, they want Florida companies to take the money. They want to keep it in state. That's what the state.
Wait. By the way, that can also go exactly to the point of unions. The Florida union's like, no, you're not taking in non-union people. It's got to be union people in here. So just saying that. Yes, they want Florida businesses, but there's too much. It should be more about the people. Sorry, I'm going on a rant because yes, I have seen people get hurt by this that have been hit by hurricanes and they can't get their houses fixed because Florida says, no, we're not allowing any out-of-state contractors. So
they don't want to keep. Well, they want to keep Florida. The idea behind that is to keep the Florida businesses strong because
last time I checked, there isn't going to be an end to hurricanes. Hurricanes will continue. Nobody's putting a stop to hurricanes.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Get into insurance, people. That's what I'm saying.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Oh man, I've lived through here.
I lived through about 7 hurricanes. Okay, my entire life.
My point exactly.
Right. The majority, and out of those 7, I think we had damage on maybe 1 house. So hold on, I'm getting somewhere. A lot of the people who have damage to their homes are very, very old homes and homes that are on the coast, which in Florida, by law, you have to have a certain level of insurance if you're going to live so close to the coast. Okay, by law. Number 2, companies in Florida, okay, they have to maintain a certain minimum of if they're like okay, so for example, if you're considered a business that does hurricane response, like oh my God, what's the rule? I have to look. My business obviously doesn't matter because we're a restaurant.
You need to be bonded.
Right. You have to have certain things in order for you to work during the hurricane, because when there's a state of emergency here in Florida, there's a lot of rules go out the window. So in order for you to work, you have to have I'm losing my train of thought.
Maybe things have changed a bit. This was back in like 2007 or so, something like that. I don't remember what hurricane it was, but there was somebody in Ormond Beach, a friend of mine.
Ormond Beach,
he was buying his house. He was hit by 2 hurricanes, had roof damage to both times.
Right.
So you have any idea how long that closing lasted? Only 3 months to do 2 damages to his roof. That was a miracle. And it was only because he was in the real estate business and he had people that he knew. There were people in that period of time that had, just basically covers to their roofs, plastic over their roofs for the longest time because they couldn't get people to fix their roofs because they wouldn't let in outside contractors. And yes, I know this is a crypto channel, but we got on a rant.
No, but I'm saying, how many people live in Illinois? Give or take.
I honestly don't know, but I know that like the Chicago metropolitan area is 9 million.
9 million just in Chicago. So
Chicago area, Chicago metropolitan area. Yes.
Okay, so fair to say that maybe rural Illinois probably maybe call it 15 million probably live in the state, right? We'll call it maybe that.
Right. Yeah, I'd say.
Florida's more than double. Okay, the majority of the state's population lives in my area and on the southwest coast. Okay, so there are so many companies here that work around the clock when they do that. Like you can, even if you brought in outside help, right? Let's say the governor said, "Hey, we need help from outside contractors to come in the state and work here." Okay, there is an approval process. It's not that you can't do it. You have to set up an entity in Florida. You have to. That's the way that it goes. So if you're a company from Massachusetts and you want to come to Florida and do work, you can't do that. You have to have a company here in Florida, and that's to protect the industry here in Florida, so other states don't come in and start pulling.
Yeah, it sounds good that the unions would say that. I know.
Well, if you so as a plumber in Mass, right? You can I can go across the border and basically apply for a plumbing license and just sit and take the test. Like I won't have to go to school for it. So as soon as I have the plumbing license, I can go get, I can pretty much work wherever, but the manpower's not there. You have to start a business to be able to do bigger jobs, right? So, I mean,
you don't need a lot of licenses. Like in Florida, obviously for these things you need licenses, and you have to be bonded. There's laws, obviously, but for a lot of things, there's not a lot of red tape in Florida. You want to start a business. I know a lot of people that start businesses. I mean, oh God, man! I told you, my friend with the AC company. Now he's big. He has to have certain licenses to do certain things. But I mean, to get your stuff off the ground, Florida is a great state to do that. And we've seen this before. Deregulation in certain areas boosts economy. We've seen that. There's a reason why people flock from the northern states, because they tax and regulate the dog shit out of you. They want a fee for this, they want a fee for that. Your sister's uncle wants to get involved. They got to charge him. It's ridiculous. And that's why they leave. I mean, how many people they say move to Florida every month? I think it was up to 500 a day. Okay. At one point, that are moving here from the Northeast because they're sick and tired of the BS and all the political bullshit that goes up there with regulation, even crypto. Even let's circle back 1 second. Let's go back. Let's get to crypto. Let's circle back. Okay. Even what they're trying to do.
What's the timestamp here?
Even what they're trying to do with crypto. Okay, the stupid.
Wait,
ass
who had?
Wait a second.
Who had this timestamp?
Making a point. The stupid ass governor of New York, says I'm going to take my whole paycheck in Bitcoin, and then says we need a 2-year moratorium on Bitcoin mining. Shut the fuck up, you idiot! That's not how that works. Okay, the Northeast has completely lost their shit. Right? The Northeast is completely done. They're fried. They're done. Everybody who lives in the Northeast, if they could afford to leave, they would. Trust me. They hate it. They fucking hate it. They're done. New York. My cousin works in New York City. He says it looks desolate. He says there's moving trucks on every street for the past 2 years because people are leaving. It's awful. It's awful. Regulation kills the economy. It kills the economy. It kills it. You have to deregulate and let companies move forward, obviously within reason. But you got to let people make money.
DJ Mines in the chat said, I can't imagine being 65 and shoveling 3 to 4 feet of snow. I'm 33 and it killed me. Bro, Jesus, I feel you. Snow sucks. I push. So like I have a long lawn rake. It's like to rake gravel. It's like a landscaper's rake, right? Just to do my patio. And I had to push the snow off my street because I didn't want it to freeze and turn to ice. And then it would have just sucked. So I did the whole freaking street. Dude, my back hurt for like a day and a half. It was awful. Like my lower back was just terrible.
Philip Mitchell gave the statistic. 903 people a day in 2021 moved to Florida. Why? Because Florida used, well, we're going to get into a little bit more politics. I don't want to jump into it, but Florida kept the state open. People's livelihoods weren't ruined. Okay, my family's business, who's been in business for 45 years, would have been shut down if we were in the Northeast. We would have lost everything because of those idiots up there. Don't get me started. Okay?
I think some little mama's getting fired up over there. You better cut it off.
Yeah, she's getting fired up. By the way, Florida, just for reference, Florida is the 30. What did you say? They're ranked.
Just pass her the mic, Max.
We're just gonna see Max get punched in the face because she's so mad. Like
on the rest of the country, they take more tax money. So
Florida has no state income tax.
Yeah. So where do they get their money from? Oh yeah, from the federal government.
From the state of Illinois or from the state of New York. So.
So what? If you live in the country, you're supposed to take care of your states. What are you talking about?
They get a lot more money per capita than other states.
So
that is why they have less tax there.
Those greedy bastards in Washington, they should give people fucking money so they don't have to pay a lot of money out of pocket. Why? Well, who cares?
Your head now matches your shirt. Your head is the same color as your shirt at this point.
Who cares? I don't care how much money they get from the federal government. I don't give a shit. I want to know what's on my tax receipt every year. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, give back all the money you get from the federal government. It's funny. This is like a conversation I have with my dad all the time. He's like, I'm like, why? I just ask him in general, why wouldn't you vote for Biden? Because I want to know why he's voting for Trump versus voting for Biden. And he says, because I hate socialism. I'm like, okay, so you're on Medicare and Social Security. You have all your VA benefits. So you realize that's all by definition socialism, right? And he has no answer for it.
Hold on. They're socialist programs. Yes, I agree. Social Security.
No, that's exactly my point. That is exactly my point. There is degrees of socialism, and nothing is make something a socialist government all by itself.
Listen. The point is that there are socialist programs. There are socialist programs in the country because you need a certain amount of socialist programs in the country. Not everybody.
I need to get that. There needs to be a certain amount of socialist programs. Okay.
Next. You need something that's funded for people that can't afford it or people in different situations. You need that. I mean, it's in our Constitution.
Completely agree.
It's written that way. You need stuff like that. I think what your father's referencing is he doesn't want to create a generation of people are enabled, and that's what the news portrays. And when people
doesn't know what he's saying, he's hearing talking points.
Right, he's watching mainstream media. He's watching mainstream media. Mainstream media is always they're not giving you facts. They're attacking the other side. So that's why you got to stay off of that. And I agree with that sometimes it's bullshit. Listen, Democrats used to be a good party. They used to be the party. They used to be a pro-union party. They used to be, the party of the workers. Now it's kind of switched. They kind of switched a little bit. The Republicans are not saints either. Okay, so they've done a lot of bullshit. People got to wake up and understand that there are some things you are conservative about, and there are some things you have to be liberal about. To be completely on one side is completely stupid. Now, I'm not calling anybody in the family stupid. I'm just speaking in general.
No. And hang on a second. What's interesting is, and sorry, I know we're getting political here. What's very, very interesting here is the fact that what party did you just describe?
Oh God, what, libertarian? I think.
Yeah. And nobody will give them the time of day, which is very interesting because the country, if you had to say that what they identified more with is they would identify with the ideals of the Libertarian Party. But anyway, it's just an observation.
People want to. People are wondering how this pertains to.
What the hell just happened?
Go mine plus.
What the hell just happened this whole stream?
People are going to question how this pertains to crypto, and I'm going to tell you how it's going to pertain to crypto. Okay, when one side does one thing, the other side will do the opposite, right? So whatever side, like right now, it seems to be that the right is in more favor of crypto than the left. That's what it seems to be right now, because the Max is going to agree, because that's the truth.
Yeah.
You know, my governor of the state has said, hey, we bring the Bitcoin mining companies to Florida. The governor of Texas has said the same thing. Bring these companies here. Let's generate that tax revenue. Let's get them in, right? Where the left is saying, hold on, no, energy this, energy that, green, 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 got to change all this BS. We don't want mining, uses too much energy. So now we come into like this, now as crypto miners in the crypto community. There are a lot of people who don't like the right, and there are a lot of people who don't like the left. Where does the crypto mining community go now? Because now it is, you have a right political candidate who says, hey, I'm pro crypto, I'm pro this, I'm pro that. Let's get the energy, let's deregulate energy, let's do this, let's do that, right? Then you got the left who comes in and says, no, we need moratoriums on Bitcoin mining. It's crashing our grid. We need this. We shouldn't allow it because it brings more. It just seems like the left wants to be more restrictive when it comes to a free market, the way that it appears to be now, right? And that's just by action. That's not opinion. That's not watching the news. So go ahead, Chump.
We have a question in the chat. Someone said,
That's pretty sad.
Is this a mining stream? Is this a mining stream? I am new.
I'm circling.
I said usually. I said usually.
No, I'm circling this into mining because crypto's
I'm
political.
Sure, yeah, it is. It's recently became very political.
I'm going to cut Hawk off here. He always cuts me off. They both sides just lie to us anyway. So
oh my gosh, shut up.
Who the hell cares what they say to you? They're going to say whatever they want and then not do it.
But see, here's the problem. This is what they want, but this is what they want you to think. They want you not to get involved so they can do all their dirty shit. This is exactly how
you want me to vote for somebody that lied to me. Okay. They're like, yeah, hey, we're going to allow crypto. Okay, 6 months into term. Hey, banned. It's exactly what's going to happen. They could do that. They lie to you. They do whatever they want. 100%.
It'll be overturned. They can't just do that. There's something called the Constitution we have liberties. We have freedoms, and it'll be contested, and it'll be overturned.
They could say that and then write a bill against exactly what they had campaigned on. That happens all the time. Agreed. I totally get what you're saying.
The student loan
Mining King, no question.
Program. The student loan forgiveness program. Okay, that bullshit was struck down twice, and that's all they campaigned on. It was a blatant lie. Okay, they can't do that. It's unconstitutional. You can't.
You just back what I said. They lie, and see, they don't get. They're not going to do what they say they're going to do. So who cares?
All right, let's get back on mining. So
it's all mining related, though. When you think about it, all the that got political, but yeah.
So Georgie asked real quick. He said, "How are you going to mine with that electric rate?" He asked me specifically. So again, it's just realistically, I'm doing YouTube, right? So making videos. Obviously, YouTube pays you to a point. It's not much, but like it's enough to cover my electric bill. So I'm gonna mine what I think's worth it and pay my electric bill however I have to with YouTube.
56 and just gave you a super chat, so you got $5 more towards your electric bill.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
I will
use run it for another 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, perfect. 56. Thank you for the $5 super chat. You're awesome. Appreciate it, buddy. $5 in ramen noodles.
And even better than ramen noodles.
Yeah, but
I have to answer this. I have to answer this. Patrick Gein says, Hawk, the Constitution is respected. Did you sleep for the past few years? Okay, hold on. What you only see on TV is the fact that it brings up in its challenge. What you don't see a lot is the fact that when these things get overturned, that's what people don't see. Okay, so it gets quietly overturned and people don't see it. Believe it or not, the amount of constitutional things that get challenged and when people win actually happen. It happens a lot. It happens very frequently where things get overturned, but it's never really mentioned. There's some little stupid article that comes out on a website that says this was overturned and you'll never hear about it on the mainstream media.
Thanks.
So you know what, Hawk? You should totally start a political channel.
Let's just start that.
No, I don't want to talk. No, all because but listen, crypto's embedded in politics.
Not political advice.
Is embedded in politics. And unfortunately, with Terra, we couldn't open Terra in a blue state. It'd be impossible. The regulations on the energy use alone would kill us. There you go. Are you guys happy with that answer? There's crypto related. If we opened Terra in a blue state, we'd have been regulated up the wazoo. And that's just the way that is. They hate on us for for the energy use of 4 megawatts and we're Bitcoin and doing all this other shit. The minute they hear crypto, you're done. They won't even talk to you. So they'll come and shut you down.
Justin in the chat said, how is Flux? He said, can Flux have employees and say they're decentralized? I think he said how How can they have employees?
Yeah, because the
the
actual processing is decentralized, not the development.
Well,
It's not
the business.
It's not an open source. Flux is not open source. Some projects are, but Flux is not. So they can say they're decentralized because that's where all of their like mining from a validator perspective is decentralized. But Ethereum for years has developed on it. Now theirs is more of a quote unquote public domain, meaning anybody can get involved if you don't want to get paid. But with Flux, no, it's completely has its own development folks that it hires and works with and all that kind of stuff. So, but that doesn't mean it's not decentralized.
I think we're gonna see Hawk's name in the next ballot.
No, listen.
Everyone in the chat's like,
I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy.
No,
I'm not
but
afraid to speak
no,
up.
I'm just kidding.
Afraid to speak up when I see something wrong,
Right.
whether it's on either side.
Right.
So I'm not. I don't just ignore it like somebody does. Okay. I actually will say something if I think that it's wrong. And
Flux is
sorry. On that note, this is honestly the problem with our country is that we don't have good legislators. We have good PR people that are in office. That's it.
I agree.
Because
100%.
you can't say anything stupid and not have it completely played over and over and over again back to you. And by the way, you may not have said anything stupid, but when something comes out of context, anything can sound stupid. So
network bits.
On other news,
Epstein
I'm
for his
put my
big mouth.
S19 on unmineable. There we go. Something mining related.
What are you putting on unmineable?
At my S19.
Ah, got it.
Did you hear what Network Bits said, Hawk? He said,
"Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Don't even."
That was great. That was great. All right. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. So, Flux is a security. Then said Nerd Beast. He's asking the question: is Flux a security? Yeah.
Is Flux security?
Is that I don't know. That's
I don't get me to take that
was
the
question.
I don't think
we're not going to talk about
philosophical discussion.
Yeah,
you know,
is too political.
Security is any crypto is security. That's a philosophical discussion.
Yeah.
Listen. I think the whole thing with crypto being a security or a commodity is the argument is for like right now they've already declared Bitcoin a commodity. Am I correct in that, Max? You saw that?
I don't know.
I think they mentioned it. I don't know if they
Bitcoin.
Maybe I don't know.
Bitcoin is considered a commodity. Ethereum is not.
Yeah, there was an argument between the two. Like someone said that it was, and then it wasn't. Oh, that's whack the mic.
Let's hang on a second. Let's call it what it is. There's a lot more people with a lot of money that are invested in Bitcoin, and for them to come out and say, "Oh, it's not a security." Yeah, there's a lot of deep pockets that are telling, in my opinion, the SEC that it better not be a commodity because I got too much on the line here and it hasn't been a commodity. I'm sorry, it hasn't been a security up till now. You better not call it a security. And they figure a loophole out of it and say, well, it's really a commodity because they're calling it digital gold.
I mean,
gotcha.
But Jeff Key said Flux failed the Howey test, so no to security.
Nice. So, real quick, Leo Lusting in the chat asked, he said, I am curious if there are any other power home solar victims in the Misfit Mining community. So I don't have solar on my home technically, but King and Max do. Actually, yeah, you guys all do. So, yeah. All right. I don't know. Who wants to take this one?
He won't join the
What was the actual question?
So he said, I'm curious if there are any other power home solar victims in the Misfit Mining community. I'm assuming he got deceived by the solar company.
I didn't.
So I did,
but then this is me you're talking about. I grill them at any chance I get. They hate me. Yeah. They make sure they do it right.
Actually, the funny thing is my solar company was good, but I'm sorry, solar companies are so busy they're inherently lazy. So you need to look at the design. You need to look at what's being proposed. You have to become knowledgeable and know what you're getting because I'm like I said, there's a house in my neighborhood that is just ridiculous. They got solar panels on the north side of the home on the first floor with the second floor right next to it. It might at this time of year, it gets no sun, period. During the summer, it might get sun a couple hours a day. It is the worst investment on those solar panels ever. It's horrible. And that's what you have to be careful of is that you become your own advocate and knowledgeable. The company I worked with, they gave me a proposal, and I'm like, yeah, but this, and this, and we tweaked it, and it became a better system. But instead of looking at me like I was a pain in the butt, they looked at me like, hey, this guy kind of knows what he's talking about. And actually the salesperson had called me and said, hey, how's that working with your variable rate power? I've got a guy who's got variable rate power. Would you mind if I had him give you a call? I'm like, sure, no problem. So yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Be your own advocate when it comes to solar is the key.
TPS Miner said that check out the ETC hash rate.
He said it just fell off a cliff.
I'm looking at it right now. It says 126 terahash, but the previous from December 12th seems to be at 140. So, and then it says network hash rate 115. So that's interesting.
Good. I need to hit a block. I need to hit a block so I could finish solo mining. I left one iPolo on it, hopefully to hit it, because I'm like, you know what? It's at friggin' 70%. I'm waiting. I'm waiting, and I'm not just gonna stop this time. But I know the percentage doesn't friggin' matter. I just want to leave it on.
I think also with solar is, though, people have, I don't know if it's like this in every state, right? Because every area gets different amounts of sun. But I'm like one of the sunniest states, right? And my solar production goes down by 2/3 in the wintertime. So
the earth is.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying is if you're depending upon that solar production to offset your electrical costs, expect your electrical costs to go up during those months.
Right.
So Leo just clarified the question. He's saying Power Home Solar is a company. Took a year to install. Was operational for a month, and they went out of business. Yeah, I didn't hear anything about it, but yeah, you want to be very careful on who you're doing business with. I mean, this is why, as far as I'm concerned, why word of mouth in solar is so key. Find somebody, if you're looking to get solar, find somebody that is happy with their solar provider. So I was happy with mine.
Right.
People in my neighborhood said, huh, that's pretty interesting. And the guy behind me ended up getting it through the same company.
I watched my neighbor had it put on his house, and I waited to see how long it took, and then I called that company. He's like, he was with the
I went to Costco, and that was the company inside Costco was Sunrun.
I honestly think
I
that
figure if they're working with Costco,
which is probably a good idea on your part, King. Sorry, Jump. Which was probably a good idea on your part, King, because Costco wouldn't back a company that's going to be, full of shit.
Well, I should say that the solar panel system that I was just mentioning was actually installed by that said company.
Interesting.
More than likely, if someone's behind it.
Well, the issue I think with solar is in people they get overly excited, I guess, for solar, right? And it's very underwhelming. Is that a good word for it? Right? Like you would expect a lot more, and you get so much less. And it's like, damn it! Like I thought this was gonna be way better than it was. Because I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was too. I thought it was gonna be a lot better for mining than it actually was. I mean, it's not that it doesn't do anything, and it's still great knowledge to have. I love like tinkering with it and like doing different stuff with solar. But yeah, man, it's very underwhelming. That's really the best way to put it.
Need more panels.
I know it's not always that way with a lot of things, but with solar, it is all about the size.
Yeah,
the size of your array.
I have a massive system on my house. Massive system. I
got about 92 panels.
Yeah, I got about 86.
King has no roof left.
I've only got 19.
No, I don't. It's
Zero
just both
roof.
sides because it's just an A-frame, so it just it catches the sun when it's coming up on the one side, and it catches the other side of the sun as it's going down. It's perfect. So
right.
So there's a system that I do want to upgrade to eventually when I make some money. And what it is so my house is like this because it's I have like a modern style house, so it's like this. And so the panels that are on this side, this is a little drastic, but it's kind of like that. Anyway, the panels will actually, there's a part that will actually lift. So the panels are like this right now on an angle, and then what it'll do is that there'll be a lift on this side that'll actually flatten them out at certain times of the day, and just on like very small degrees to kind of get a little bit more power. It's really expensive, but it does increase I think it increases it by like 20% or something like that, because whatever there's a dark side, it'll just lifts ever so slightly. I think it's like a maximum of like 10 inches. It'll just change it.
Yeah, it's just like a solar track in like a solar track, basically. Right. It knows where it is.
It doesn't track the movement of the sun per se. It just, at certain, it's programmed for certain times of day. It'll just move and it'll kind of just.
Okay. All right. So
Right,
it's like a
'cause they
timer. Yeah.
figured-
Gotcha.
They figured that they can maximize the sun at those times of the day where you live, so they program it to burn on.
Which makes sense.
It's actually when the obviously when we go through the solstices, when we change it accounts for that as well.
We have a good question. S. Chang in the chat said, which is wiser, spend on solar system or on GPUs?
Well,
what would you do?
What are you trying to achieve?
I see, like,
that's a tough one, actually.
For me, personally, I would right now I would invest in solar if I had the extra money to do so. I would just buy more solar stuff because solar, like, again, the knowledge and the how-to and like getting a second inverter and putting them in parallel and learning how to do all that stuff for me is it's much it's of greater value, right? Versus I don't know, buying a GPU, making a little bit of money with it. Like, I would rather have the solar, and then it's going to help me out also after I connect it as well, and I'll get the knowledge on top of that. So I don't know. I mean, that's just my take.
In a way, it's apples and oranges. So you know, definitely you're eventually going to get your money out of solar. It just depends on where you live, what incentives are available, all that kind of stuff. Remember, the incentive, the tax incentive or tax credit goes up to 30% at the beginning of the year.
Right.
So more incentive for next year. But I don't know. I look at it from just an investment standpoint. I would go solar because it's going to add value to your house.
That too.
It was like 7,800. 7,800 to install. Went after all the credits, and it basically added about 19,000 to the house.
Max, did you take the credits up front, or did you just apply them to the price?
Well, okay. Neither, actually. I guess let me clarify that. So in my particular situation, the actual installer did not take the credits off the price of the house, and then so the credits actually came back to me. So basically what I did is I financed the entire amount for 18 months. In those 18 months, I was going to have 2 tax years, so I was going to be able to get all of the tax credits, the 30% tax credits back, plus the SRECs in the state of Illinois. They have a program where instead of getting SRECs as you make them, because you can, by the way, if you have a solar system, you can sell your SRECs. If you have not pre-sold them through a state program, you can sell them. You can sell them on the open market. So regardless of whether you get them up front like I did or not, you still have that available to you to actually decrease the cost of your system. So in my case, I got basically all the SRECs paid out up front. It takes 18 months to get it, so I got it just in time so that I could pay off the 18 months free financing. This is the other thing about it, is when you finance, all of these finance companies that specialize in solar, they are adding significant cost to your your quote. Like, for instance, when they quoted mine, it was like 5% over like 10 years, I think is what it was, and it was adding 12% to the cost. I ended up going with the 18 months free financing, and that was only 5%. So yes, I did pay extra to get that financing, but because of the way the payments worked out, that's what worked for me. But that's the other part, is be open to exploring. Don't just take the first thing, because what a solar company is trying to do is to come in, sell you, and get you to say yes. So they need to keep it simple. They can't make it complicated. Well, it is complicated, and everybody's situation is different. That's why I will never be a solar salesman, because I would take way too long to take everybody through all the options to make sure we got the exact right thing for that particular customer. So just know that you need to explore those options if you're doing it.
I went through 3 companies, right? And first company, I couldn't even believe it. It was $125,000. Okay, that's what they wanted for my system, right? Third company came in second company came in a little lower, I don't know, lower 100s. And then the third company, after I was like, guys, this is ridiculous. Like, this is way too much money. I don't want to pay this. And the third company was referred to by a friend out of Texas who have a Florida branch. Okay. He told me, the whole talk about outside companies. He told me, he's like, Mike, check this out. I'm telling you, they're good. We use them. I work with them. They won't rip you off. I was like, cool. And they came in at like 84. And that's the one that I went with. Now that's factored into my mortgage, and I pay a flat thing. It's not a really big, well, not that I have a mortgage on this house, but whatever. It's just factored in payments. So It's just you have to watch, man, because the first company, that kid called me every day. Oh my, hey, can I come over? We'll give you all this. Oh, hey, we're doing 5% off today, and then we'll give you the cash on the credits. And they just try to do all this BS and try to sell you. I'm like, dude, 125 grand. Now, it's not the 125 grand that scares me, because it gets factored in. It ups the value of your house. There's a wash there a little bit.
Yeah,
that's
but
not what scares me.
There's a difference between a gouge and, like, you know what I mean?
Right. And the other thing is, they're not selling you on what the cost of the system is. They're saying is, this is only going to cost you X dollars a month, or that won't cost you anything, or whatever. That's what they're selling you on, is that monthly payment. Hey, look how great this is. You're doing great things for the environment, and it's costing you so little per month when you take into account the savings you get. That's their sales shtick.
It almost got shut down in Florida too, because in Florida, they were trying to get rid of, it was called the net metering bill. And what they wanted to do was, you buy it at 100%. Obviously, you have to pay 100% of the cost, and you sell it back, whatever you don't use, to the grid at only 60%. They'd only have to give you 60% of what you pay. So the governor, the governor vetoed it immediately. He says, "You want me to raise prices on Florida?"
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
He goes,
hang on. There is, hang on now. No. I was of the same thing, because California is getting rid of it. They're getting rid of net metering. And not completely. It's time of day that they're looking at, because think of it. Yes, you have, to a point, it works great. When you have the greatest demand on the system, you have all this solar, so you can level set everything. But in California, so many people have solar panels that they've gotten into this like dip. In the middle of the day, their demand goes to almost nothing, because all of these solar panels are working. And so it's become this reverser, like, oh shit, now we got this problem. What do we do with all this excess energy that we can't just shut off? So they have a problem. So they're actually looking at making it so that they're trying to incentivize people to put in batteries, and trying to incentivize people to provide power to the grid on off prime hours, because of that. So anyway, I just thought it was very, very interesting that I was like, dang,
that's weird though.
Yeah, that was really weird. But
all right, I'm going to chime in here. Let me give my answer. Damn it, y'all gave your answers. Quiet, talk. I know you're about to talk. Damn it.
I thought you were freaking sleeping at this point. Jesus Christ! Thanks for being here.
I thought it was
if you're only trying to go from an energy standpoint, if something was by you to allow you to do hydro instead of solar, I know everybody's on the whole solar thing, but hydro would give you power 24 hours a day.
Bro,
it is way better than solar.
I went down that rabbit hole.
So
I went down that
if you're
rabbit
looking
hole
for
last
energy,
week.
I would say hydro. But if you had to pick either solar or graphics cards, I guess it depends on what you pay for electric, because I don't know your electrical rate right now. But if it's not something disgusting like Boss Man over here, then I would say buy some GPUs.
So the hydro thing, I would love to do it. I actually was trying to find the correct DC motor to use, because I wanted to build something out of like barrels, basically, because I can make water circulate. I'm very good with like plumbing, right? So I can do all the piping stuff, right? I can do whatever I want. And I'm like looking at this stuff, I'm like, dude, I could totally do this. I could totally make, you know, some sort of big ass contraption with just barrels of water, and just have them spin this propeller that charges this DC like alternator, basically. But I don't know which one to buy. Like, that's my thing. Like, I don't really understand that yet. I have to watch way more videos, but dude,
can you create more energy than you're using to? I'm trying to figure this out. Hold on. You have to, what you're saying is, you can create a system that's hydropower, that uses obviously hydropower, but you have to run that water back up.
Right. So you can,
you gain more energy from the water coming down than you are cycling it back up.
Right. So you can, all you have to do, so there's a way you can build it, right? You can build, it's like a bucket on top of a bucket, basically. One's just to hold the splashing stuff, right, with a big propeller in it. And all you have to do is more or less cut a hole in the side, dump some water in, get that propeller spinning to give some electricity to kick on a small like fish tank pump. It could pump up the water into a tube, and then it'll fall back down, and it'll continue the cycle, because now the electricity is going, it's going to continue the electricity. And the faster it goes, the faster it spins, the more electricity it creates. So it's a different concept for me. And I was really like diving into this hard,
Yeah, Travelers, read what Traveler said.
It's pretty
He
cool.
said exactly what I'm thinking.
Conservation of energy. Laws of physics says no. Hold on a second.
But
hold on. We'll give them the benefit. Now, if you ran the pump on solar, then you can have a little bit of you can generate free energy.
So somebody in our community, who you all know, Max knows him really well. He does something like that where he can charge his batteries and run his pump.
So yeah, but he's doing it through gravity, through water that runs through his property from a high point to a low point.
Right.
So he can create a reservoir and control that flow to create power for when he needs it.
Right.
So that's not what we're talking about here, though. We're not talking about a built-in elevation change.
What you could do is you could obviously siphon water, right? You could siphon it and make it circulate with obviously not much power, but it depends. Like, it's not going to be like as good. Like, you want some sort of pump. But what my thought was to build this small generator thing to more or less charge my batteries at night when I didn't have solar to keep my minimal rigs running. And it would just be a fun project, man. I just want to do it.
I got something.
I just want to mess around with it, guys.
I got something. I got some. Does it rain a lot over there in Massachusetts? I don't know. So I don't know your area. Does it rain a lot
right
there?
now it snows.
Oh,
but it rains.
What if you just had like a giant catch can to have the snow?
Well, I could. I could just cut my gutter and freaking throw it in my gutter, and it would just.
See.
Well, actually,
in some states it's illegal to collect rainwater.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What?
Swear to God. In some states it is illegal.
It comes from the sky.
No. Hold on, King. Hold on. I know you're not into politics and bullshit, but I have to correct you. It is illegal to collect rainwater in some states. You can be federally fined for it. There's a reason for that. What it is, I don't know. Whether it's for free energy, drinking water, or just because of the natural flow of the environment, I don't know. But in some states, it is illegal to do so.
I can tell you in Illinois, it's not. And people collect. They basically put this big, I forget what they're called, but it's basically a big ceramic-looking bucket, even though it's made out of plastic. And it's like a 40 to 50 gallon barrel, and people use it to like water their plants. And they
So like my neighbor had one. Yeah, it was like a big square with a metal cage.
Off your biggest, whatever rain is coming off of the biggest side of your roof.
Right. I mean, most people aren't going to give you bullshit over it, but technically it is like you can get in trouble. I don't even know why. It's so stupid. Yeah. But
everything's legal till you get caught. All right.
Pretty much, right? That's how it goes. But yeah, so it's I don't know. It's kind of one of those things I want to dive into at some point. I just need to find out exactly the motor that I need and how to get it started. And the other thing is my land up north has a river that flows fast behind it, but it's downhill, like way downhill. And then on top of it, it goes into a like a reservoir to basically water supply the town, right? That's where they get their water from. So if I get caught touching that, I could be in trouble, which is one of the sucky things about that river.
There are some states that have now. Hold on. So there is a more specific answer to this question. Hold on. Here's the question on Google. Is it illegal to harvest rainwater? Now this is harvest rainwater. Okay, so in almost every case, no. Out of the lower 48 states in the U.S., Colorado and Utah are the only states that are currently heavily regulated to keep homeowners from harvesting and using the rainwater that falls on their property. There is some, like, there's another one here that says, that said, while Texas allows rainwater harvesting in some counties, a few states in the western U.S. have traditionally outlawed rain harvesting altogether. The reasoning is that the rainwater eventually makes its way into the streams, rivers, and other water sources to which various individuals possess legal claims. This is what it's about. So some states are illegal.
So it wouldn't be legal though if it just went through his motor and just went right back out, right? Because then he's still giving it back to.
That's true. You're not harvesting.
See,
you're
not harvesting at that point. We're not keeping it.
Right. But that's okay. You're absolutely right. I'm not saying you're wrong. But it's the language in the law. Okay, so you have to read it. If your state doesn't have any laws against it, by all means,
you're not harvesting the rain. You're borrowing it.
So, like, seriously, if Trump was using rainwater, right, and he was just funneling the rainwater through a spindle or whatever that generated power and then ran it into its natural process, then I personally, from a legal standpoint, let's just say it's illegal in his state. I don't see an issue with that because he's just using the gravity of the water. He's still flowing the water out. Now, if he was collecting it and storing it and it's illegal and using it for energy, yeah, you're going to get hit with it. You're going to get hit. But I think if it ends up just going where it needs to go and you're just using it as a, I don't see any issue with that really. But it's in the wording and how you justify it. So you got to be very. It's just interesting because I saw somebody get nabbed for that once. Not me personally that I knew them, but I read a story about a guy got federally charged for collecting rainwater in where it was like highly illegal. So
yeah,
in Massachusetts, it's probably illegal. Everything's illegal.
Right. You can't look at somebody the wrong way.
Look at Patrick Gein just said.
I'm sure there's like limits everywhere else anyway. I'm sure if you like somehow build something to collect all the rainwater, like you put some type of rain collection underneath your lawn and collected it in a pool, and that became your that would probably be illegal.
Technically, I do have a big ass thing under my front of the house.
All the Geek of all trades just had a great idea, Chump. I got a question for you.
What's that?
Is your water really cheap up there? Because what if you just put a motor right inside your bathtub and just run your water to give you power for your
I would burn out my well pump, but I have a well. Yeah, so like what I would do is, like I said, I'm probably gonna get like I have brute barrels. I don't know if you know what they are, like construction barrels, super strong. They can hold full barrel of water, no problem. So like if I did this whole hydro thing, I would build it in those and do one on top of the other, have the water cycle so it would come down back into the barrel and suck up from the top, and it would just continuous cycle all night.
Little Time Mining had something interesting. He says, how about your gutter system? What if you put adding a line turbines to generate power? I think that's pretty cool. I mean, but it would have to rain significant for you to make a difference. I mean, but like in Florida, we have those weeks where it rains like every day. You know what I mean? And if you have a battery, that turbine charges, depending on the size, I think that could be really good. But man, I'm telling you, the energy companies, they really got a foothold in some of these laws, and you really got to do your research because it may be illegal in certain areas for you to generate your own power. Like solar.
Yeah, the other thing is that there's any type of power generation that has moving parts is going to inherently be more expensive than ones that don't. It's one of the reasons why there are, I don't know exactly how it works, I just heard about it, but basically there are wind turbines or windmill basically that are non-moving windmills that somehow gather the energy through.
It was like one of those oval freaking fans you see in someone's office, and it's like somehow blowing like the wind at you, and you don't even see like any propeller.
That's my guess.
You're like, what the hell is this? How's it working?
The reason why wind turbines haven't really taken off with, with renewable energy at the residential level is because it's expensive as hell from a maintenance perspective.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Also, looking what Kaiser gave me some information. Florida possesses no rainwater harvesting restrictions and has incentive and rebate programs. That's interesting. Didn't know that. Well, I didn't know Florida was friendly that way.
And Tiger Guy just asked a question. When do the Illinois energy tax credits end? In June. You'll start seeing an increase in June. So May is actually the last month you'll see those credits.
There you go. Get on it.
We're all going to try to, as a community, we're all going to try to find ways to get cheaper energy, and we might even relocate to go places there. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are ways to generate energy. Here's the problem: if you're generating free energy using something, don't tell anybody.
Oh, I'm telling everybody I'm doing it. It's gonna be on the channel. I'm gonna teach everyone how to
I'm running an extension cord from Trump's house. That's my.
Right, let me clarify something with the Tiger Guy. I'm assuming he's talking about the on-bill energy credits. So that's what I was talking about. There's a specific bill that went through, making sure that nuclear stayed in place, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, those credits on your bill will go away. Last month, you'll see them as May of next year.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Yeah. Hobbyist is right. It's a long show today, but fun topics. Yeah. We just kind of get on a rant. It's been all day. I haven't been on Discord at all. So I'm a chatty Cathy, and this energy drink doesn't help. You guys see this thing real quick? Look at this. Look at this. It's a Warhead energy drink. It tastes exactly like Warheads. It's the weirdest thing ever. My buddy gave it to me, and it's sugar-free too. It's kind of weird.
Well, while we're on the topic of energy, we did have a groundbreaking achievement the other day, which was cool. We actually achieved nuclear fusion. Now, hold on, before everybody in the chat starts jumping down my throat. the achievement, we've done nuclear fusion before, but we achieved to get more energy out than we put in. So let me be specific. That was interesting. I think that's a step in the right direction. Now let's see how the chat blows up.
I don't
mean,
you showing
it's a step.
that type of
It's
stuff,
a step. It's a necessary step. That's all it is. You know, otherwise, before it was, and again, it only happens for a moment. It only happens for a brief moment. They haven't figured out a way to make it continue. But hey, it's still a breakthrough. They needed to get to this point. So it's great.
Network Bits told me to get back to Red Bull. And then Blaine Anderson said the Starburst C4s taste just like Starburst as well. That's awesome. I saw those. And the makers said you didn't want the Swedish fish flavored one. You know what? You ever have Svedka, the vodka that tastes like Swedish fish? That ruined that for me. Any Swedish fish drink? No thanks. Can't do that anymore. Swedish fish is still bomb, but I can't do the drinks. But I did get my buddy brought me this actually, because we had people over at Christmas party right before this. And then he actually brought me a blue Sour Patch one. And I was like, ooh.
Oh, dude. That one's so good.
Is it really? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so good.
I'm not doing it tonight though. Like, dude, I'm not gonna be able to sleep till like 4 in the morning.
Just drink that one so you can come play Call of Duty with us. So you don't.
Dude, my head's like hot. I feel like I just drank a pre-workout. It's terrible.
No, hang on a second. Now I'm thinking, you know, especially with some of the things you were saying about Mining King, I'm thinking we need to play PUBG so we can pan you a few times.
No,
all right.
Let's play some Call of Duty. Come on.
No,
right,
I was
boys.
kidding. I was just because you wanted to pan.
I mean, Max stays up and plays.
I gotta go help the wife clean up. But guys, please hit that like button. I know there's 113 people here, 65 likes. If you guys could do that, that'd be amazing. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about before we wrap things up and go for about an hour and 45 minutes?
I actually did have something mining related.
Go ahead, buddy.
Right before the stream. So again, thanks to Ronnie and Brian Hollywood for sending me a networked switched PDU. And only issue I had was I didn't have the serial cable, so I couldn't get into the system. So I needed to be able to reset it. I got the serial cable today at literally 45 minutes before our stream, 50 minutes before our stream was supposed to start. Went downstairs, got a serial connection going with the cable I got from Amazon for $15, and got it reset, and now have communication to it. I haven't like set up the rest of it yet, but the hard part's done. Now it's on the network. It has an IP address. I can talk to it from my computer. It's all good. So I'm looking forward to getting that going, especially being that, because I was wondering, I'm like going out of town and I'm like, shoot, do I want to turn off my miners? You know, because what happens if one of them gets hung up? I can't do anything about it. So now I'm going to feel comfortable because I will be able to switch those on and off as necessary.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's
man.
okay, Max. I will start removing the off buttons for you.
I almost choked on my my drink. I had to cough pretty heavily. Thanks, Hawk. You see his face. You started talking. He's like, he gets all disappointed as soon as you start talking about mining.
At the very beginning, I was cracking up because I'm like looking at Hawk going, is he going to do it? And I can see the glint in his eyes. Like he's all like,
"What? You guys are the worst. Both of you, both suck."
And he did say before stream that there wouldn't be a Hawkman tonight, people.
Yes, he did say that.
Yeah, and he told us to keep it quick, and it's not been quick at all.
King knows how to fire me up. He really does, man. He starts saying your whole liars.
It's under the skin. Salt in the wound.
I'm the mining king. I just bought enough.
Oh man, that's awesome. No, 619 Oda. We're not talking about helium. God damn it.
Hell no. No, we're going. Guys, have a great night.
Right.
Thanks for watching. See you later.
Time to go. Time to go. All right, guys. Not sure if we're going to be here next week, but we will play it by ear. I think maybe myself and King. If not, it'll just be the Mining King on his channel. But either way, appreciate you guys all for hanging out with us. I'm not going to say goodbye to everybody in the chat, but I love everyone. Red Puts, thanks for being a member for 11 months. You're awesome. The Mining King, Hot Crypto, Max Voltage, thanks for being with us tonight. You guys are awesome. We'll see you guys possibly next Saturday. If we don't see you, have a good Christmas and or holiday. Peace out.
Happy Hanukkah.
You're the worst. See you guys.
What am I the worst about? I said happy. You said Merry Christmas. What about all the other people?